Hello, I'm a music producer on YouTube. I make videos making music and tutorials. I wanted to see if I could get your permission to use your Ozzy Osbourne Under the Graveyard cover in a video and make a track with it. I will give you full credit for the melody. Here's my channel link if you would like to check it out beforehand. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to possibly working with you. Hi! Yes, it's okay. Best regards. Great, thanks. Get you over here. Sorry. Hello everyone. So, for the first time in years, I believe it was like 10 years, Ozzy Osbourne released new music, a new single called Under the Graveyard. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the same type of song that was used in Post Malone's Take What You Want From Me. And I love that song to pieces. So, I decided to go on YouTube and find an instrumental for it. And we found this video of a cover of it, so I figured why not try to make a beat out of it. But you know me, I don't really like using samples all that much. I've been getting a lot better at it recently, but I want to really make it my own. And I really hope that I'm in focus. I look like I'm in focus. But the last video I thought that I was in focus too, but I was extremely not. Anyway, I figured that we were going to go over the beat that I made with it and show you guys how I made it. Now obviously I can't play the original here, but if you guys want to go check it out, then you guys can go search up the song. Alright, so this is the real main loop that we have going on. We changed it up a little bit for the hook, and I honestly have like the whole song in here. I made it a little bit more hip-hop. I'm sure I could have made a full beat off of it just with like how it was, but I actually wanted to cut it up a little bit and make it my own. So this was the main loop without any effects on it. Now the way that I cut it up, I want it to still be like the full frame song, just with it being arranged a little bit differently, so I kept a lot of the song in there, and then just duplicated it a couple of times. And that was the song pitched up by 6 semitones, and the reason why I did that was after the effects of using gross beat, RC20, a parametric EQ2, neutron 3 elements, and a limiter. After adding all those effects, it sounds like this. And that put into a vibe that I'm more comfortable with. I didn't like how fast that it was, but I actually did make 2 versions of this song, but we'll go over that a little bit later. I want to keep the drums pretty simple, as to not overcrowd it. This is the clap sample that I had. Then we have 2 hi-hats, this is the first one. And then a whole new hi-hat just for my rolls. But that's actually not even what I started with. All of those drums are actually copied from the perk loop that I made. This perk is supposed to act as the kick. This is supposed to act as the hi-hats with a little bit less rolls. And I'm gonna be honest here, I don't know what key that it was in. In fact, I tried to calculate what it went down to after I pitched it up, which also made it pitch down. I don't know if it goes exactly by an octave, so I don't really know what it was in. So I just put my 808s up 2 octaves and tried to just use my ear, and I think it turned out pretty good. I actually really like those 808s. And then this riser to add some tension. And as far as the effects, all I really did for gross beat was just halftime it, not very complex. And then the RC20, I actually added some wobble, distorted it with the air preset, and magnetic like usual, and then actually cut out some of the low end and some of the high end. Using EQ, then with the neutron 3 elements, I just put it towards the track assist and put it on piano and put it towards balanced. And a limiter just for compression. Now I really beefed up the kick. It wasn't the sample's fault why I had to distort it a lot or put any soft clipper on it. The kick that it was I thought would be good for the track, but I like the sample, but it was just a little bit too quiet in the mix, so I had to do some stuff to it. But this is how it sounded originally. And with it, just some slight distortion, just so we can get that kind of punch. And an EQ for the hi-hat, just because the high end was a little bit too much. And same thing with the 808 as the kick. Nothing wrong with the sample, I just kind of needed it to stand out a little bit more. See how quiet that is? Now when we turn everything on with the fast distortion and the EQ, and for the last part, at the very end of the track, it kind of let off and it had a lot of end time silence. So I kind of wanted to get rid of that, so I just used the very last part of the note and then used the master volume parameter to just drain it, just to bring it all the way down. And usually I would try to go on and find some counter melodies, but this, like I said, this is already a very full song. The original song by Ozzy Osbourne is with guitar, but this is actually with piano, which honestly I kind of like better anyways. So with it already being a full song, I didn't really need to go in and add too much. And this is what the hook sounds like. And this is what the drum loop sounded like on its own. And again, the perk loop is just the drums repeated, so it kind of sounds the same, but it has a whole different feel to it. Now, obviously, I don't want to play the whole track here. If you guys want to listen to it, it'll be on my SoundCloud. So just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go and play the perk loop, and then the pre-hook, and then the hook. Alright, and now like I said, I actually did have two different versions for this track. This is the new version. And yeah, it actually does not look very different at all. I think visually all that you can see is that I actually extended this part out all the way and then had some automation to cut it out and then bring it back in. And the reason why I did that is because really the only difference that I made in this version is that I took out the gross beat. Now I want to hear which one you guys think is better. I kind of like the slowed down versions because that's more like my vibe, but this one definitely does have some more energy to it. And I'll go ahead and play the same part for you guys, that way you guys can go and see and compare it side by side. Okay, so definitely be sure to go down in the comments below and tell me which one you guys like better. Yeah, I just realized again that the camera cut out. I am really, really bad at knowing when it turns off, because usually with my Canon, it'll just kind of beep when it stops recording. But this one is silent, so I do not know. There's a little red record button that I can see. I just gotta be better at looking at that, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so one more huge thank you to the people at HotMelody. I'll go and link the channel down below. This melody was absolutely crazy. I don't know exactly what they did to it to make it sound so much different. Obviously, it's a piano instead of a guitar. That makes it a lot different, actually. But one thing that I noticed is that it's actually set at 141 BPM. I don't know if he did that just so it'd be a little bit harder to get without his permission, and if it's not in the same key or not. I think that it should be, but I don't know. I'm not a pianist. Pianist. Okay, bye. I'm gonna fix my hair. I always forget to whenever I start these videos without any effects on it. Should probably turn on my speakers. Man, I'm still sick. I'm feeling a lot better, but I still have that cough and it's just super annoying. And then this riser to build some tension. Try that again. There's a plane going overhead. That's nice. An EQ for my hi-hat because it was kind of hitting my ears because it was hitting my ear too strong. What am I trying to say here? Stop. But this one definitely does have some more like up-tempo, more... What am I trying to... I don't know what I'm trying to say here. My microphone's on, right? Yes, it is. I never hit record on the f***ing camera. Are you serious, dude? Maybe I did.